Hello, hello. Hi. Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. Are you surrounded by perverts?
When your family needs urgent care,
all right, just in time for the ad to start. Cool. Goofy. I should pony up for Spotify. I don't want to pay for Spotify Premium, honestly. I think that there are better like music services out there. I just don't have them downloaded to my computer. Even YouTube's better. But anyways, neither here nor there. All right. Hope y'all had a good week. My week is fine. A good thing happened today, but I feel very behind. There are a lot of things that I wanted to achieve, and the house is not as clean as I would like it to be. It's not gross, but there were some organization things that I wanted to do. But I got sidetracked because I had to fix my sink. My sink was leaking at the base, and that's not how sinks work. So, and then my washer acted up. So that's cool too. So anyways, I got both of those resolved today, but it did set back some things that I'm trying to do. Yeah, I appreciate that, surrounded by perverts. It's your legs are feeling funny. Thumb bruised by a very aggressive Eskrima classmate last night. Oh, bummer. Took several punches to the face in karate, so not exactly painless. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you heal quickly. Let's see. Leg feeling funny. I would watch out for that. I don't know if stretching helps that. Depends on the thing. Yeah. I don't know if you're familiar with arnica gel, but that might help for like the bruising and the pain associated with bruising. Yeah. Ping peko. I see. All right, let me see. I thought that we would actually finish today, but I don't know that we will. Because, like, some of these playthroughs have been 8 chapters, and some of them have been 9 chapters. So I think we probably won't finish today. Darn, I was hoping to finish before Valentine's, but, I mean, arbitrarily, it doesn't, it'll be fine. We'll just have another week of playing. So 8 rip. Yeah. Consistency, yo. What's up with that? But yeah. I mean, unless I'm wrong. Let me think about this. Yeah. 8 or 9 rip. 8.5 rip. Okay. Let's go. All right, because this is chapter 7. Okay, last we left off. Give me a second. Let me turn this down. Okay. Last we left off, we got handcuffed to something in Seiya's room, and then we got ported into Minami's creepy circus tent, and it was just kind of like, cool, I just wanted to talk to you. And he's like, I understand. And it's like, we think you're good. It's like, you don't know me. And then we very willingly went back to Seiya, and now Seiya's upset. Tatsuo! You have a small lull at work right now. Next plane isn't until around 9:30. Well, I'm so happy that you could pop in. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Yes. Hope your work shift goes by quickly. But enjoy your break for now. So happy that you're spending it with us. All right. Since parting ways with Minami, Seiya and I had been bickering back and forth.
あなたは南にさらわれたのでしょ。それなのに、どうして私を止めたのですか?
That's not exactly true. I wasn't abducted. Until I clear up this misunderstanding, I don't think he'll let me go. Besides, I realized it was moot at this point, given that I'd run away, but I still wanted Seiya to understand what I was doing. You should have let Seiya take care of him. Tatsuo, you lost your car? Accident on some ice? Oh my gosh! I'm so glad you're okay, but that's very scary, I imagine. Oh, like I said, I mean, I'm glad you're okay, and you know that's stinky that your car's out of commission. I'm sure that's very inconvenient, but you know, all said, the most important thing is I'd rather be slightly inconvenienced and alive than, you know, not, you know, so or harmed or you know any of that. So yeah, yikes. I'm like I said, super glad you're okay. I've had a scary incident on the ice before. I was driving and then my wheels like, you know, hit a slippery patch and like my car like spun around. Like I looked at like oncoming traffic, you know, like the wrong direction. But then I learned that let's say you like, let's say your car hydroplanes or like something, like let's say you start losing control of your car. It starts spinning. What you're actually supposed to do is turn into the direction of the spin. And that will actually help to offset it and help straighten you up faster. So as my car was like spinning, I remembered that. I did exactly that. Don't pump the brakes. That also does not help. Don't press the gas, don't press the brakes, but like turn into the spin. And then that corrected me. But I was just kind of like, it was very, very scary. Hi, Mochi. You're so sweet. Mochi, y'all. Mochi has been shedding her winter coat, like, aggressively so. Like, there is hair everywhere. And I even brushed her for, like, 10 minutes outside today and yesterday and the day before. And it's still so much hair. And now there's hair all over the yard because I didn't pick it up. I was just like, the wind, God will take care of it. The wind will take care of it. And, no, it's just like, you know, piled in my yard now. So it's like, all right. We need shave Mochi bald. Yeah. Shave the Mochi fund. Yeah. No. You actually shouldn't do that. Like, shaving dogs that aren't, like, suited for that. Like, sometimes, the way their hair grows is, like, part of their, like, safety and warmth mechanism. So shaving them could, like, be really bad news. So that's why certain dogs need to be groomed in certain ways, right? Is it going to get washed out by the weather like Mochi's buried poop that one day? That one eventually resolved. Like, it was like stuck in the ice and then it melted, and but some of them were fully formed, so I was able to scoop them up. But this one, if I just scoop it up in the little poopy picker upper, that'll probably be okay. But otherwise, it'll eventually escape to the neighbors' yards, and then they'll be annoyed. Something like that. But quiet. I admonished my other self and looked directly at Seiya. I wasn't abducted. I chose to leave with Minami. I intentionally fell asleep to warn him that you were coming to kill him. He seemed to read my thoughts, understood the situation, and helped me break out of there. As expected, Seiya was lost for words. Still, I continued. That just goes to show how much I didn't want you to kill Minami. Seiya's expression twisted. He clearly didn't understand what I was trying to say.
どうして嫌だったのですか?
I didn't want him to disappear. Being honest with him might make me sound insane, but wouldn't you feel guilty by lying to him? Oh, well, the truth isn't always the right path. Lie? Be honest. If it were me, I would be honest. And it's me! That's what the game says as well. Being honest is... I am a big fan of, like... And I get that there are situations where lying is out of safety, you know, a necessity. Totally understand that. I think in most situations, though, I think be honest, even if it's something that the other person won't like, at a certain point, you have to own your choices, right? Be like, I'm going to do this thing. And I know it's not going to make you happy to know that I'm going to do this thing, but I'm going to do it. I think that's a better way to live. Even if they're just kind of like upset with you, like, that's better. That's better than I'm going to lie and tell you all the things that you want to hear, and then I'm going to do exactly the opposite, and you're going to find out, most likely, and you're going to be really hurt. So, yeah, lie only when you have to, and you usually don't have to as much as you think you do. Exactly. I think sometimes people feel like, oh, I'm protecting you by lying to you, and it's like, you're not. You're really not, you know? I mean, that's what manipulative people say. It's just like, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. It's like, hurt my, like, you know, like, it hurts my feeling more to be lied to than for you to just straight up hurt my feelings, you know? But yeah, let's be honest. I decided to be totally honest with him. No one should be erased forever. Not even the demon that's after my soul.
まんまと南の思惑にはまっていますよ。
Seiya is quite right. You stay quiet. I had expected Seiya to reject my thoughts, but I wasn't ready to back down just yet. This is a mistake. All I'm doing is facing down my burden. In the mortal realm, I avoided facing my fears with my career path. I think the god that sent me here saw that and wanted to show me the importance of facing my fears, even when I don't want to. If I keep running from my problems, that won't lead to anything good. I think that's what that god is trying to tell me. Sure, I resented the god for sending me here, but if that was the case, then accepting my fate and facing my burdens is what I have to do. It's the only way for me to go home. I don't want to run anymore. Seiya's brows furrowed and his expression soured.
あなたのその瞳には一点の曇りもなく迷いがない。いくら私が言っても聞かないでしょうね。ですが、南があなたを追ってここに来たら、私は迷うことなくあれを消します。
If you do that, you'll end up hurting me. After all, this was my battle to fight. Finally, I think I understand. My burden isn't just Minami, it has to do with Seiya too. I had to learn to stand firm and say what I really thought. I need to stop worrying about what others think and live my own life. Let me say it clearly. If you do that, you'll be taking away my burden, my challenge to overcome. Please don't take away my struggle. It's mine to overcome. With that, silence descended on the room. For a moment, I thought of Minami, wondering if he was sensing my thoughts. What would he think of all this?
私としたことがいけないな。あなたを無事に返して差し上げたい。その願いが強すぎて本質を見誤っていました。
Seiya stood up, then bowed deeply to me.
勝手な真似をして申し訳ありませんでした。
Relief washed over me, and I weakly fell into the chair beside me. Seiya looked up, saw me, and chuckled softly.
どうやら私はあなたの悩みの種だったようですね。
No, not that much of it. I got up from the chair, straightened myself, and looked back at him. Having you by my side helped me stay sane. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Then it was my turn to bow. Saya touched my shoulder, prompting me to look up at him. I'm gonna take a little pause to tell a story about bowing. So, like, in Japanese culture, and maybe other Asian cultures as well, but particularly Japanese culture, the deeper the bow, the more power and sincerity it has to it. And there's a famous like volleyball player. He's Nishida. They call him Nishida Airlines because like he jumps really high and he stays up there for a long time. Yeah, Dogesa. Yeah. But anyways, he like was hitting a practice ball and it ended up like slugging, like, because it's practice, so like there's nobody on the other side. You're just hitting over the net basically, and then there's like a ball runner. Well, he hit it and it like smacked one of the ball runners like in the head, and he's just like, no. So he did a running slide into a bow, and it was glorious. Like, and like he got up, was still in a like bowed position, was just like, like so sorry, and the person was very sweet and classy about it, and they're just like, if it's an accident, it's fine. But it was a sight to behold, like, because he did it from like across the court. It was like run, slide, bow. I'll look for it. 本当にすみません. Yeah. ごめんなさい. There's like a real formal hoity-toity way. But give me a second. I'm going to make a note that I'm going to post that video later. All right. Notepad. Let's go. Post vid Nishida. Wow. All right, I'll remember. All right. Saya touched my shoulder, prompting me to look up at him.
私にはもうあなたは立派に成長したように見えます。ここに来た当初とは顔つきがまるで違う。
Now it's like, be my wife, not this playthrough.
きっとうつしよに帰った後も人生に迷わず歩んでいけるでしょう。
Thank you so much. I smiled at him, my heart feeling lighter than it had in ages.
ですが、無事に帰ってほしいという願いは変わりません。
Saya handed me his gun. I stared down at it, wide-eyed, and shook my head. I don't want this. I have no intention of hurting Minami.
あなたの身を案じることは許していただきたい。あなたの身を案じることは許していただきたい。これだけは譲れません。
Seeing how concerned he was, I knew I couldn't refuse. He's been worried about me from the start. He kissed my hand, then my forehead, then my mouth. Then we embraced on his doll-less bed. No, I'm just kidding. Then my forehead as his way of praying for my safety. Looking at the gun, I finally wrapped my fingers around it, accepting it. Great Yoshi, hi! No problem, I appreciate the lurk. Hope you're having a good week, and whatever you're doing in the background, hope it's going well. Holding the gun made me anxious, and I flinched at the thought. No, that's not why I...
どうしたのですか?
And then it's gonna be Persona 3, where we like shoot the activator at our head, and then we transform. Persona! Oh, nothing. Saya looked worried. If I mention the voice in my head, he'll think I'm exhausted. guess this voice is just another part of me that shows up when I'm really anxious. Perhaps it was something I created to deal with my worries. It's called disassociating. I promise I'll return this to you when I return home.
ええ、お願いします。ああ、それからローブも持って行きなさい。
I'm sure it will be helpful, but I should probably wear it, I think. Hold on. Don't accept the robe. No, thank you. I'm pretty sure Minami wouldn't like it if I showed up with that. That's why I picked it, girl. I could never accept the robe and the gun.
南に心まで奪われてはいませんよね。
Mind your business, Seiya. His suspicious glance made my heart skip a beat. Why is my heart racing? I couldn't make sense of this feeling. No way! Totally not. Not at all. I laughed it off, but Seiya's scrutinizing gaze followed me as I retreated out of the room. Ain't you rude, boy? Yeah. Who, me? No. No. You suddenly feel a craving for miso soup? Ooh. All right, time to head back to Minami's. Walking tall and proud, I felt a gentle breeze grace my face. Glancing over, I saw the massive Khalifa tree, its white flowers in full bloom. It's so calming here. Seeing the flower petals scattered on the ground, I gently bent down to pick one up.
それ、何に使う気？
It's okay, Mochi. Hearing Minami's voice, I turned and saw him in the hallway. I can't believe he came all the way here. I quickly ran toward him. Minami! Minami glared at me. His cold stare stopped me right in my tracks.
どうして俺を助けた？
His voice was deeper than I'd ever heard it before, a sign of his anger at the actions I'd taken to save him. That gun? It's no ordinary gun. It could have killed you, Minami, so I mean, if you had been shot, you would have...
そういうことを言ってるんじゃない!
He yelled, making me jump back.
俺のためにするお前の言動が気持ち悪い。それなのに嬉しくてどんどん心が揺らいでいく。やめろって言ったじゃないか。
Minami sighed, his bitterness causing my heart to ache. I worried that I had made the wrong decision to try and save him. But I couldn't just stand by. I don't want you to die, Minami. Our discussion was at a standstill, impossible for us to find common ground. Minami closed his eyes tightly, and then, when he reopened them, I found all my strength had left my body. You messed up just now. I wonder if he's gonna kill you now. That's not... I couldn't deny the possibility. Minami approached me slowly, a knife in his hand. He's that desperate for my soul, huh? Well, I guess that makes sense. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty shiny. It wasn't a shock. I understood. He wanted to continue being a demon. He wanted to steal my soul. I hadn't thought he was willing to go this far, but... Remember what Seiya taught you. Pretty, pretty, shiny, shiny. Kira, kira. Fua, fua. Fua's fluffy. Kira, kira. Oh. Instantly, I sharpened my focus. I made sure my willpower was strong enough to resist the demon's stare. But even then, Minami continued to walk toward me, putting the knife to my stomach. If I moved even an inch, it would slice me wide open.
今すぐ俺と魂の契約をしろ。しないならこのまま腹を刺す。安心しろ。死なない程度に痛めつけるから。体も心も弱りきったお前なら洗脳しやすい。
His His eyes burned with madness as he glared at me. However, I recognized that madness wasn't all that filled his gaze. I knew. I saw it. The faint wavering in his eyes. I won't give in to this demon. Instantly, I found myself able to move. Oh, phew! Now we can kill him. Go on, take out the gun. Do it. What's my alter ego? What are you saying? It's kill or be killed. What? I'm not gonna kill him. I'm not gonna let him kill me. Wait, sorry, no. I said too many things, and I'm not going to let him kill me. I quieted the voice in my head and spoke slowly. I am the same as you. It was a ghosty ghost world out there. His eyes wavered even more. That's right, baby! Ain't scared. He appeared shaken, but I didn't pause. I merely continued with confidence. If I had left everything to Seiya, I might have eliminated you and returned home. You're a burden to me after all. Makes sense, right? But I couldn't let him do that. My action to stop Seiya were born of instinct, but they came from the heart. I've come to realize my feelings about you are changing. I saw his grip on the knife loosen, and it dropped to the ground. Minami clutched his throat, showing signs of distress.
苦しくてどうにかなりそうだ。欲しいものは2つあって、でも1つしか手に入らない。
He's being very dramatic. You like me? Bleh, bleh, bleh. That's what he sounds. Just kidding.
どちらとも欲しくてたまらないのにさ。
I'm going to return, alive, without killing you. Surely there's a way. Which is why I won't give up.
お前、ほんとうざい。
Stab! Minami looked furious as he gazed down at the ground.
お前が諦めないなら、もういい。はあ、降参だ。
You surrender?
てか、もう限界。
Suddenly, Minami weakly sat on the ground, stabbed and not in the fun way. What's the matter?
カリファの空気に当てられてるぜ。ずっと踏ん張ってたけどもう限界。
Oh, that's right. The Khalifa flowers are toxic to him. Well, let's just go home. We can figure it out later.
帰るってなんかいいね。当たり前みたいに一緒って感じ。
Minami finally smiled, but it made my smile fade. Before, he was ready to kill me, but just as quickly he'd reverted to his usual self. I reached out to help him up. I helped Minami to his feet, wrapping an arm around his shoulders for support. Aww.
ねえ、さっきの言葉。俺の存在が変わってきてるっていうあれだけど。
Oh, look! You're seriously going to bring that up now?
だって気になるんだもん。
After what he just did to me? I thought he wanted to cut off his feelings toward me.
どういう風に変わってきてるの？教えてよ。
It's hard to put into words. I'm not exactly sure how to express these feelings.
はあ？何それ？最低だな。
Says the guy who just threatened me with a knife. I did that because I like you. Duh. It was rare to see him speechless, and I chuckled silently to myself. But it's true. I am starting to feel differently.
好きってこと？
Well, not exactly sure, but
身を挺してでも守ったんだから好きってことじゃないの？好きじゃないとあんな風にしないでしょ。
gosh, okay, I get it. Calm down. It looks like one of us is cross-dressing as the other. It does look like we got outdone by our boyfriend. It's just like, let me take your outfit and be better. Let me take your hairstyle and be better. Who wore it better? Minami did, I would say. The way Minami spoke without flinching made me blush.
おお、ちょっと顔赤いんだけど、それってやっぱり好きってことじゃん。
No, look, I like you more as like a friend?
友達なんて嫌だ。
As he spoke, he pulled me close and I was at a total loss for words. Suddenly, his face was inches from mine and our lips met. We got a kiss! Kiss! I like you more as an enemy with benefits.
これで友達解消だね。
Our lips barely touching, Minami continued to whisper, his breath tickling my lips. I felt blood rush to my face and my body swoon in his arms. Feeling overwhelmed, I pushed Minami away. What? What are you doing?
痛い。弱ってるやつを突き飛ばすなんてひどい。
That was a little rude. That was a little out of pocket for us. We should have gotten the kiss. What's our main character doing? Carrie, hi. Well, I hope your concert goes well. Have fun. Yay. Or that you have fun at your concert. That made it sound like you were performing the way I said it. I mean, we did say we do not like him that way. That's, I guess, fair. But we do like him that way. But Carrie, thank you so much for popping in. Excuse you? You're the one who's out of line here. What are you thinking?
じゃあ宣言したらよかった？キスします、キスしたいです、キスさせてくださいって。
I want to hear that again.
じゃあ宣言したらよかった？キスします、キスしたいです、キスさせてくださいって。
Valid clarification. You have been known to do music. I see. Even if we don't mean no, the fact remains that we said no. Fair. That's not the point.
わあ、怒られた。俺悪いこと何もしてないのに。したいことしただけなのに。
He's being a baby boy here. I was legitimately angry with him, but Minami just collapsed on the floor, flailing about. In my brain, I see him being like a little chibi character, throwing a little tantrum. He was acting so childishly. I could only sigh. Yet at the same time, my heart was racing in spite of myself.
ねえ、起こしてよ。俺力入らなくて無理って。
Despite my frustration, I reached out and helped him up.
ああ、体だるい。このまま手つないでて。
This guy. Let's see. What do I do? Ugh, fine. Fine then.
ねえ、俺にだけ優しくしていて。他のやつに触れるのを許したりしたら嫉妬で気が狂いそうになるから。
He smiled peacefully, yet his eyes did not share that sentiment. Don't be so creepy. The thought of him getting jealous made me shiver, and I fretted about the potential things he could do.
ねえ、 ほんと怖いよね。他人のことで気が狂うかもしれないなんて気持ち悪い。
I knew he was talking about himself. It wasn't the first time he'd spoken like that to me, and it no longer seemed to bother me.
他人の気が狂う姿を見ていて愉快でたまらなかったのに、自分がこうなるなんて全く嫌になっちゃう。俺の感情を揺さぶるなんて、お前は大した人間だよ。
Despite his protests, Minami looked like he felt genuinely tender toward me. He also seemed surprisingly cheerful, prompting me to stifle a giggle. Finally, we made our way back to town, but
さーて、どっかで遊ぶ？それとも俺ん家に帰る？
Minami seemed to be back to his usual self. Sure. Feeling uncomfortable, I could only give him a vague answer. I felt chills running down my spine at the looks I got from the various people in town. I didn't like walking around without the hoe robe.
おーい、俺の話聞いてないでしょ。
Oh, sorry.
うん？
Minami seemed to notice my discomfort and began to look around.
あ、そういうこと。よし、ここからは俺のターンだな。
Take over? He pulled me close and wrapped his arm around me.
こいつに手出すやついたら殺すよ。
He shouted cheerfully. Hey, what are you doing?
だってこう言っておけばお前を狙おうなんてやからいないでしょ。
He was puzzled by my reaction and genuinely believed he was being helpful. I doubted anything I said would change his mind, and it was too late anyway.
ねえねえ、俺が守ってやったらお前も俺を好きになるでしょ。
Minami was very close, smiling at me. His words were so arrogant, but seemed to fit with his personality. Why does it matter? You don't care about my feelings, do you?
最初はそれでいいって思ってたけど、今。
Minami glanced at me, his intense look making my heart flutter.
抱きしめても抱きしめ返されなかったら満たされなくなっちゃってさ。キスも舌を絡められないとぬくもりを感じられないっていうか。
I couldn't help but cover my face. His bold words made me blush. Yet he spoke as if it was nothing to him.
欲しいものは今までいっぱいあったけど、愛情が欲しくなったのは初めて。
His words were sincere and deeply human. But Minami seemed unable to fully embrace this genuine feeling of his. If I were to put it in his own words, you find these emotions disgusting, right? Minami smiled and nodded.
でも一度欲しいと思ったものは絶対に手に入れたい。満たされすぎるくらいのたくさんの愛情、お前の愛情は一滴も他に与えさせない。すべて俺に注いでもらう。それくらいじゃないと嫌なんだよね。
This intense declaration made me wince, feeling overwhelmed by his all-consuming love.
なんでそんな表情すんの？嫌な感じ。
I mean, all this sounds very much like you, Minami, but I'm not sure that's the feeling I want.
じゃあ少しも意識してないの？
Faced with his question, I found myself unable to respond.
脈あり。
Don't be so quick to assume that. I realized how vigilant I had to be around Minami. Amid our playful banter, we had somehow wandered out of town. After returning to Minami's house, we sat at a table facing each other. I needed to figure out how I felt about him and with my soul. I was curious as to why he was so intent on getting my soul. I knew that he wanted it, but it almost felt like an obligation to him.
ねえ、隣に座りたいんだけど。
You can't. We need to have a serious talk. I pressed on. I need to know something. Why do you want my soul so much? Minami paused and looked away before responding.
俺が俺であるため、お前の魂がないと、俺は悪魔であることさえ忘れる気がする。
What?
自分が何者なのかわからなくなっていく苦しみが、お前にわかるか？悪魔だったのに、この腹の中にある魂のせいで。
He seems irritated, almost resentful toward it. Then he looked at me, as if recalling something.
ああ、でも、お前にも少しは理解できるかもしれないな。進路のことで悩むお前がそうだったんだから。
What?
お前、どういう人間になりたいかって悩んでただろう。やりたいことが見つからなくて、進む道がわからなくて苦しんでた。
Actually, I see things a little differently now. Ironically, thanks to that god. Being forced out of my reality, and after meeting Minami and Seiya, I experienced so many different things. Amidst all these trials, I'd come to realize the value in confronting my problems. When I return, I'm determined to tackle my future career head on. I still don't have a goal or something to aim for just yet, but I'm not going to keep running away from my problems. As I spoke, dizziness overcame me.
おい！
Unable to support myself, I leaned on the table. This feeling. Until then, it was just fatigue, but suddenly I felt truly sick. Just sleep your problems away. Sleep your days away.
ここの空気のせいで、だんだんと弱ってきているな。
Minami approached, effortlessly picked me up, and carried me over to his bed. We're not done talking.
話し合いはもういい。意味がないんだから。それよりも、今は眠れ。
Though his tone was cold, he gently laid me down on the bed. I'm fine. We need to talk more. Lately, I'd been falling asleep more quickly and had also begun to feel truly ill. My instincts told me I was running out of time.
いいから言うことを聞け。
So I... Okay. You're right. Okay. I'll follow your advice, Minami.
素直に言うことを聞いてくれるのはいいんだけど、そういうお前って気色が悪いね。
He just can't help himself. Minami laid down next to me, pulling me in close. It's that sweet scent again. It was Minami's unique scent, oddly soothing, and it put me right to sleep. Perhaps because I was in his embrace, but his aroma made me feel at ease. Oh. It was an odd contrast to how I used to feel around him. Thanks to you, Minami, I think I'll be able to sleep well. This scent brought me back to the moment we first met, when I lost consciousness. It was this fragrance that lulled me to sleep. I'm feeling sleepy already.
お前に分からせてあげ。俺の苦しみを。
His voice faded into the distance. Lolli Ishiki closed her eyes peacefully and fell asleep. She lay in my arms, unresponsive. Yet I held her close. The feel of her body in my arms, her scent, the warmth of her being alive, I cherished it all. There will come a day when I can't feel this anymore.
お前とここに帰ってくる間中、ずっと考えていたんだけど、一緒にいられる未来なんてやっぱりないみたい。
loved her, yet I knew there was no chance we could be together.
ハッピーエンドなんてありえないって教えてあげる。知るといいよ。諦めるってこと。
No, she must learn. All that there can ever be between us is despair. Is this a dream? A vast sunset stretched before me. As the scenery faded away, large mountains, a simple home, and a dirt path appeared. It all felt very ancient. There's a fork in the road. Do you take the left or do you take the right? Minami, I was a total menace to her in every route, including my own. Wonder what I'm doing wrong. I'd seen this place before. In the memory Minami shared with me, this was where he met that man. Then that must have meant... As a young demon, I lived by haunting people's dreams, showing them nightmares, and feeding on their fear. Creating nightmares was effortless for me. I was born with that power. But that was it. I could merely show them things. I couldn't sway them. I didn't have the power to sway someone's emotions. I hated that powerless feeling. I was doomed to remain powerless for the rest of my life. I'd all but given up hope. But he was different. His heart, filled with shadows and stress, somehow comforted me. Night after night, I plunged him into despair, slowly penetrating the depths of his heart. If he had a weakness, then even I could take advantage of him. That realization gave me confidence. With him, I believed a soul pact was within my grasp. And indeed, it happened. I was able to take his soul for myself. Yet, from that moment on, I was the one tormented by nightmares. His soul was too pure, never fully bending to my will. Worse, his traits began seeping into me. He often neglected his own desires. He possessed a strong desire to care for others. He was a man filled with a sense of justice. Such attributes overwhelmed me, turning into a poison that rotted me from within. It was toxic to me. I felt sick, yearning to expel him as that sensation consumed me day after day. Yet once a soul was taken, it was extremely hard to expel. But there was one way. By consuming another soul of equal purity to nullify the first. Oh, you marry your souls off. Be like, here, soul, you guys talk to each other. Yet a soul with a purity like his was hard to find. Each soul is unique after all. After years of searching, though, I finally found her. A human girl with a soul as pure as the man I'd met before. Soulmates, aww.
それがお前の魂だ。今を逃したら、俺はまた何年かかるかわからない魂探しに逆戻り。そうこうしているうちに、俺は俺じゃなくなっていく。
He looked both sad and angry at his situation. So that's what this was all about. Thinking back, Minami had mentioned something similar when we first met.
ああ、そうだよ。こいつの魂が欲しくて欲しくてたまらなくてさ。長い間待っていた甲斐があったよ。こうして手の届く範囲に来てくれて。
Now I understood what he meant by that. He'd waited for so long for a soul like mine, watching me from the mortal realm, waiting for his chance. My soul was irreplaceable to him.
自分じゃなくなっていくっていうのがどれだけ恐ろしいことかお前にわかる死と同等だ
I couldn't tear my eyes from him. He looked shattered and trembled violently. I'd never seen him so scared. The reason he couldn't give up on my soul was because he'd lose himself without it. But I too. Wait. What if Minami isn't my burden? For a moment, I thought about giving up. Suddenly, I was consumed with despair, and everything before me went dark.
やっとわかったようだな。俺を説得するのは無理だと。
I had no response. He seemed to revel in my reaction, his face wide with a smirk as he spoke.
お前はここの空気に染まっていくほど弱っていく。俺はだんだんと自分を見失っていく。二人して絶望だ。諦めろ。お前は俺を消さない限り帰れないんだ。
No matter how I looked at it, all hope seemed lost. Asian guy, hello, welcome! Happy Thursday, hope you're doing well. Hi, hi. Let's see, we're in hell. Let's see, we got a confession from the demon, but he's really intent on, he's like, I need your soul. So he's either trying to take our soul or teach us a lesson, i.e. that we cannot be happy together. So I might as well give my soul to him. I think it's the logic here. But I hope you're having a good week. So maybe because this was Minami's dream, when I most needed to hear the other voice in my head, it remained silent. I can't believe I'm relying on that other me now. What should I do? We're gonna find the best route. Pretty sure that's the answer, but I'll double check. That's correct. That's correct. Despite the darkness and that hope seemed lost, I knew that nothing good would come from falling into despair. We'll find a way for both of us. Minami shot me a dubious look.
綺麗事だ。お前は俺を消すこと以外に帰る道はない。俺は、まあ、お前を殺して憂さ晴らしてもするかな。
Minami joked, igniting my anger. Stop saying things like that. One of us sacrificing ourselves isn't the solution here. I gently touched the glass separating us, longing to be close to him. I'm serious about this, so don't run away, Minami. You need to think hard about this too. I spoke earnestly, to both him and to me.
お前がそれを言うか。現実では嫌なことから逃げてばかりいたお前が。
Were you not listening? I fixed that.
神もさぞ喜んでることだろうよ。思い通りにことが運んでさ。
Minami's dismissive tone forced a long sigh out of me. You give up so easily. Hard to believe there's anything with a strong will inside you. He touched his chest where that man's soul was. His face couldn't hide his surprise. You've been a great demon, at least to me. His cheeks seemed to flush red, then he looked pained.
これは計算か。
Am I wrong? I looked at him triumphantly. Minami took a deep breath and then smiled.
ああ、ダメだね。
He suddenly snapped his fingers. Perhaps it was his way of helping me rest, and I soon fell asleep, into a dark sleep. I rose, gazing at her sleeping beside me.
お願いだから。もう諦めて。
If you decide to give up, I'll support you.
好きだよ。
The words barely left my lips when a warmth filled my heart. This warmth should feel wrong, but
そんなに悪くないのかもね。
she continued to sleep and I picked her up.
お前の居場所はもうここじゃないよ。
It was a mistake for me to bring her here, but I couldn't help it. Her words made me... Well, let's just go home. We can think about it more later.
帰るってなんかいいね。当たり前みたいに一緒って感じ。
Hearing that filled me with such happiness. I instinctively drew closer to her, even though I knew she was growing weaker each day. She could only survive a short while outside of the hoe. So...
ああ、体だる。
She was still asleep as I settled her on the bench by the Khalifa tree. Suddenly, something from Lolli's bag fell out. I bent down to pick it up and found it was a gun Seiya had aimed at me. I couldn't help but suppress a chuckle.
へえ、こんなの持ってたんだ。
I picked it up and smiled.
いいこと思いついちゃった。
Gun! Quickly, I slid the gun into my pocket. My intentions haven't shifted. I'm certain Lolli understands that now. Moreover, she's fully placed her trust in me.
ダメだ。笑ってる場合じゃないっつうの。空気悪い。
Feeling weak, I attempted to walk away.
珍しいお客様ですね。まさかここに来るとは。
Seeing Seiya approach me made me grimace.
うわ、会いたくない顔。
彼女のためにここまでするとは随分と変わったのですね。
バカ言うな。俺は何も変わってない。
何か企んでいるなら今度こそ容赦しませんが。
You and what gun?
あっそ。好きにしたら？
Ignoring Seiya's threat, I walked away. Ooh, alright. Chapter 8. Like I said, it's gonna be 9 chapters, so we probably won't finish tonight, but we'll go one more chapter. So that next time we legit finish. Alright, let's save though. Good game hygiene. I woke up, rubbing my eyes after a deep sleep. I felt refreshed and my nose was filled with a pleasant smell. Let's go. Hey, wait. The scent. Glancing around, I noticed the Khalifa tree nearby. Why am I in the Ho courtyard? I'd been sleeping at Minami's place and...
目が覚めたようですね。
Oh, Seiya. I saw Seiya approaching from the hallway. Did he bring me here? But how?
南があなたをここへ連れてきたのですよ。
He did? Minami hates the Khalifa tree, yet he came here for me? His kindness touched me, and warmth spread throughout my chest. If Minami did all this for me, my time must really be growing short. Actually, I feel that as well. I needed to find a solution, or this place would become my grave. But what can I do? Seeing Minami's memories had confused me all the more. I couldn't just let him have my soul, and yet we also needed to expel the soul of the man inside him. There just doesn't seem to be enough time for us to figure it out. Desperate, and without a good solution, I grew irritated. I don't get it. Why not just kill Minami and go home? Just as I expected, I heard the voice, its tone more aggressive than before. He's a demon. It's okay to kill him. Be quiet. You sure you want that? You can't go home until you kill him. I said stop. Just kill him! Yeah. Remember, he said killing him is the only way. Stop it! He said, oh shit. I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. My shout made Seiya's eyes grow wide. Oh,
相当に参ってきているようですね。
His concern was so genuine, I had to look away. Then,
おはよう、起きたみたいだね。
Minami?
如月駅に急いできて。お前の電車がホームに来てるから。
Huh? What's he mean? I couldn't grasp his words. How could my train have come? I haven't come to any solution. No one explained any further, and the place fell silent.
一つ言っておきます。最も大切なのは自分を信じることです。
Seiya, seeing my bewilderment, spoke those words and left. I stood dumbfounded, not understanding. The train shouldn't be here. Oh, that's right. I remember where Reika boarded the train. Minami must have confused it with a train meant for someone else. Seeing as Minami stayed silent, I had no choice but to go and examine it myself. Guess I might as well head to Kisaragi Station. I arrived at the station but saw no train. Maybe the person the train was meant for already boarded. Looking around, I spotted Minami on the platform. He was a short distance away, holding something in his hand. Seeing me, he walked over.
待っていたよ。
He tossed what was in his hand over to me. It was the gun Seiya had given me, and it slid gently to my feet. Why did you have this? I immediately reached into my pocket. Just as I feared, it was gone.
お前を HO に連れて行ったとき、それが落ちてさ。こんなもの隠し持っていたなんてね。俺を殺す機会を狙っていたなんて驚きだ。でも、おかげで正気に戻れたよ。
Minami smirked, finding something amusing in the situation. That's not it! Seiya gave it to me for protection.
ご信用ね。誰から身を守るためなんだか。
This is just a big misunderstanding. Please believe me. You know me. You can read my thoughts.
お前、嫌がったじゃない。思考を読むなって。だからあれ以来してないよ。俺はお前が好きだから嫌がることはしない。でも、お前は違った。ま、そうだよね。お前は俺を好きじゃないんだからさ。
You think I betrayed you?
無理もないでしょ。ああ、人間のこんな小娘に騙されるなんて、俺も落ちたもんだ。ねえ。
His eyes flashed. No, I let my guard down. I couldn't move. He completely overpowered me. I wanted to tell him it was all a misunderstanding. His power, it's overwhelming. His strength had grown. It was crushing me. It was as though he was squeezing my heart with his bare hands. I sensed Minami's seriousness, which filled me with a deep sorrow and pain.
どっちにしろ、こうなる運命だったなら、あの時にお前を刺しておけばよかった。
Please don't say that. Let me explain. I pleaded silently, knowing he couldn't hear. The pain was unbearable.
俺はお前の魂が欲しい。お前は俺を殺さないと帰れない。それなら、どっちかが消えなきゃいけない。
He's trying to hurt you, to manipulate you. Minami would never do that. He's kind of doing it. But how do you explain this? I tried to block everything out and resist the power. I tried to keep my heart strong. But his spell was stronger than before, making it impossible to resist.
でも悲しいことにさ、俺がお前を好きなのはどうやっても変わらないんだよね。
Yeah, have you met Minami? Yeah.
だから一方的にお前を傷つけるのは気が引けるんだ。
I gasped as he snapped his fingers. My right arm began to move. What's he doing? He picked up the gun, guiding my hand toward it.
ね
Minami made my hand grasp the gun and called out to me weakly.
え、正気のうちに最後に言っておくね。
Oh no!
大好きだよ。
His voice was hoarse, his head bowed. I couldn't see his face. Is he crying? Are you crying?
大好きだからお前にチャンスをあげる。俺を殺すチャンスを。これが俺の良心だ。これから俺はこの感情を消して悪魔としてお前に襲いかかるから。
I'm just going to manipulate. I'm gonna do like a more emotional warfare on you. He tightened my grip on the gun, then turned and began to walk away. What a relief. Let's kill him and get out of here. No! Even now you hesitate? You can't reason with him. Don't you get it? Use the gun in your hand to stop him. No! Minami paused, a short distance away. I heard him take a deep breath, his back still to me. Then he turned to face me again. His eyes were wild, and I noticed a long knife in his hand.
殺し合いをしよう。
Oh. Shit. Tears welled up in my eyes. This is so messed up. His smile disappeared and his eyes lost their color. We're gonna have persona! Then he charged directly at me. Get your gun ready! Hurry! No, I can't do this. Yeah, you brought a knife to a gunfight? Get out of here, boy. And you're gonna die. But He was right in front of me. Oh, I know. Do the Halo thing where you pistol whip him. He won't die. He'll just be very offended. He then swung his blade down on me. Point gun. Throw gun away. Oh, shit. What do we do? Throw gun away. Yeet. Ah, the gun is lava. My grip softened and I tossed the gun aside. Well, guess we're dead then. No matter what the other me said, I wouldn't listen. I trust Minami. He won't hurt me. Well, he looks pissed, though. Looking at his hand again, I saw that it was empty.
お前、本当にムカつくよ。
He grunted, pulling my hair sharply. Ouch! Wait, my voice. The mental chains he'd kept me in were gone. He let out a big sigh and then kneeled down to pick up the gun.
これを使ってお前の願いをお前の手で叶えさせてやろうと思ったけど無理みたい。
Yeah, one eye looks pissed off, the other one looks disappointed in us, yeah.
まあでも多分俺が消えれば電車来るだろう。
He then turned the gun on his temple. No! No! Persona! Instinctively, I leapt at Minami. As I heard the gunshot echo, I felt myself collapse to the ground.
くそ、なんで邪魔すんだよ。せっかく両親に従って。
Before thinking, my body reacted, delivering a sharp slap to his face. Ooh. That's not what being good means. First, you try and get me to kill you. Then you decide to end yourself? You realize this is all just a giant pain in my ass, right? To think he was going to die for my sake. Every plan you come up with is just the worst. Tears welled up in my eyes again. I hate it. All of it. I really hate it. He was just acting so selfishly. The epitome of a devil. That just made me cry even more. The fact that it was his misguided kindness that tried to save me made me all the more sad. It hurt so much I couldn't stop the tears. Then I felt a gentle touch on my cheeks. Oh. Minami was drying my tears with his sleeves.
俺もお前のそういう顔は嫌いかも。
Oh. It's your fault.
知ってるよ。だから受け止めてるじゃんか。
He looked genuinely distressed. Never do that again. Don't try to off yourself again, okay? I need you here, otherwise I'd miss you. Hearing this, Minami's cheeks flushed and a carefree smile appeared on his face. Don't stop that look. You have no right to smile at me like that right now.
無理に決まってるじゃない。
Gosh, there he goes again. I couldn't just let this go. I never wanted to experience that pain again. A lot of red flag behavior. Yeah, he's a demon. Yeah, I don't think that I don't think he's reverting. Why would you even think to do that? I thought you wanted my soul above all else, right?
言ったじゃない。もう降参って。
I'm going to return to the living without killing you. There has to be another way. That's why I won't give up.
お前、ほんとうざい。お前が諦めないなら、もういい。はあ、降参だ。
We can't fix him. He can only make us worse. But if we... Yes, we can't fix him. We cannot actively fix him. But a rising tide lifts all boats. So... Wait, since back then? Thinking back, he'd seemed less tormented about his feelings for me and my soul since then. What? You're lying. Does Minami really... But you said you feared losing yourself.
また他の魂を探さないとね。次は何年かかるかな。
He joked, smiling softly at me.
天秤にかけて傾いた方がお前だったってだけ。それに俺は自分が自分じゃなくなっていくならいっそ消えた方がマシだから。好きな女の手で消されたらそれはそれで最高に幸せだし。
That's really messed up.
ありがとう。
He owns it, he owns it. It was so like Minami, but I couldn't bear this again. The thought of losing him was just too much for me. Promise me you'll never think of killing yourself again.
約束してあげてもいいけど、俺にしてみればそんなの合ってないようなものだよ。
As expected, I knew that dealing with him would be more complicated than the average guy. I picked up the gun and smiled. If I think you're about to break your promise, then I'll kill you myself. You'd hate that, right? He looked shocked, then burst into laughter.
怖い女。でも気に入った。
I'm glad. Minami suddenly looked alarmed, so I paused. What's wrong? Turning toward the platform, the train had arrived without a sound. Silent train? Creepy. Why? Both of us were taken aback by the sight of the train. We somehow knew instinctively. This was different than with Reika. This was my train. Minami took my hand.
早く乗れ。これに乗れば帰れるぞ。
Right. He pulled me toward the train, but I hesitated.
おい、何やってんだよ。早くしないと。
This means goodbye, right? What will happen if we part, Minami? And the human soul inside you?
それは俺の問題だろ。俺がどうにかするから気にしなくていい。安心して。もうお前の魂を狙おうなんて思わないから。
His smile was mischievous, but his sincerity was obvious. I see. I think I understand why the train's here now. Minami, by giving up on my soul, you've lifted my burden. That act must have been what that God was looking for.
ああ、なるほどね。ありえそう。
But that's not fair. We haven't resolved any of your problems, Minami.
だからそれは。
I won't go home.
あ、お前何言ってんだよ。せっかく電車来てんだぞ。
You risked everything to send me home, Minami. You even gave up the soul you waited so long for. You did all that for me, but I haven't given anything back to you.
気にしてくれて嬉しいけど、お前は関わらなくていい。それよりも、お前のためにあそこまでしたってのに、ここに来て帰らないなんてないだろう。
I understand your point, Minami, but I want to do something for you too.
ああ、もううるさい。いいから乗れ。
This is actually a cute interaction. No! Minami tried to push me onto the train, but I resisted with all my might. Just then,
おい、嘘だろ。マジかよ。
the train disappeared. It seemed as if the train vanished, aligning with my wishes. No train, only bike. I mean, he could have gotten on the train too. Staring at the empty platform, Minami smacked my head. Ow!
見ろ、お前のせいで電車行っちゃったじゃんか。
Well, maybe it's for the best for now.
よくねえだろ。あのストーカー野郎。どんだけお前が好きなんだよ。
Minami shook his fist at the heavens, and I couldn't help but laugh. Abuse, this is grounds for divorce. I suddenly felt dizzy. Yeah, we should have gotten on the train. Get on the train, bring Minami, figure it out later. I tried to hide it by steadying myself and taking a deep breath. I just woke up, but I feel really unwell. Let's go back home. No point in staying here.
やっぱりお前嫌いだわ。
Yeah, let's go. Minami shot me a dirty look, but I just started walking away from the platform. We're just gonna be dysfunctionally together. It's fine. Exiting the station, I felt even more exhausted. My condition only seemed to be getting worse. Thoughts of the Khalifa tree consumed me. I craved its air.
はあ、なんだったんだよ、タク。
It's okay. The train will return.
お前、楽観的になりすぎ。
Distracted, I just responded without much focus.
ねえ、俺行きたい場所があるんだけど、付き合ってくれる？
Oh, where to? Minami just smiled and took my hand as he guided us to where he wanted to go. On the train, girl! Handcuffed. We already did that. We arrived at the inner yard of the home, bathed in the tranquil air. My surprise was evident, and Minami gave a resigned smile.
ここ、来たかっただろ？
He led me by the hand to a bench and sat beside me. I felt a warm glow spread throughout my chest. Did you read my mind? You said you'd stop.
だって様子おかしかったじゃん。そういう時は読むでしょ。
It seems I can't hide anything from him, which meant trying to lie to him was out of the question.
ああ、だる。ほら、さっさとこの忌々しい空気を吸え。
His face was one of agony. Despite his complaints, he stayed, showing just how much he cared about me. Thank you. This means a lot to me. The air was refreshing, but it was Minami's presence that truly comforted me. I was sure being here was quite painful for him. Hey, you go back first. I'll stay a bit longer and then head back. Immediately, he began to sulk at my words.
ここにいたって死ぬわけじゃないんだから、別に平気だし。
I silently wondered if he'd ever be honest with me. He sure is stubborn. While pondering this, a familiar face caught my eye.
これは。最近はよくここでお会いしますね。この HO はどのようなものでも受け入れる施設ですが、まさか悪魔がこうも頻繁に出入りするとは。
Seiya smirked upon seeing Minami.
ああ、こいつ殺したい。ねえ、さっきの銃出して。
He extended his hand like he was asking for a toy. Absolutely not. That's not funny, not even as a joke.
大丈夫、冗談じゃないから。バーンと一発決めちゃおう。
I chose to disregard Minami. I pulled out the gun from my pocket and handed it to Seiya. As long as I have this, Minami might try to take his life again, so I'm giving it back. Cool. Bang! No, just kidding. Seiya's eyes grew wide with surprise.
あ、どうして返すのさ。それがないとさっきした約束が。
I don't need it. I know you'll protect me, Minami. I chuckled. Minami gave a wry smile in response.
なるほど。矜持である自分が消えれば彼女を返せると。
He seemed to grasp the details of the plot and smiled.
なかなかいい策ではないですか。ぜひともお手伝いして差し上げたかった。
This is no use. These two are never going to get along.
しかし驚きましたね。南に以前のような毒気がないではありませんか。
I hurried to Seiya, covering his mouth with my hand. Seiya! I signaled him to stop, not wanting any more conflict between the two of them. Warily, I glanced at Minami, who, to my surprise, was glaring at me, not at Seiya. Why are you glaring at me like that?
他の男に触れるお前が憎たらしい。
I quickly jumped back from Seiya. Sheesh, being caught between the two of them is pretty perilous.
とりあえず彼女はここにいないと体が持たなくなってきているようですから、こちらで預かりましょう。
Hands, touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, bum bum bum. No, I was about to say I was fine, but
ま、そうしないとダメだよね。すごく嫌だけど。
what?
お前はここにいた方がいい。安心してよ。俺も。お前はここにいた方がいい。安心してよ。俺もここに残るから。
What?
は？
Put me up in a room, dog. Well, Seiya and I were both taken aback. I knew that being near a Khalifa tree was tough for Minami, but in response to our surprise, he merely scoffed.
俺がここにいちゃいけない理由なんてないじゃん。ここって誰でも来られる場所だろ？ただ町の奴らはここの空気が嫌いで来ないってだけで。
We spoke so casually, I was taken aback. Seiya seemed unconvinced, but eventually relented with a nod.
はあ、好きにしなさい。この銃が戻ってきたのですから、 おかしなことをしようものなら一発ズドンです。
I regret giving it back to him now. It would have been safer with me. That's not true.
当たらなければ意味がないって知ってる？前に言ったじゃない。お前は成人すぎて放つものの軌道さえ騙せないのに。
Seiya looked momentarily offended but quickly composed himself. It's pretty impressive how collected he is.
ああ、南、肩にゴミが。
Seiya reached for Minami's shoulder and Vulcan death gripped him. Minami yelped, his body jolting as if shocked.
てめえ、カリファを持ってやがるな。
ゴミを取って差し上げたのですが、これはうっかり。
Minami seemed ready to lash out, but soon collapsed, his energy drained from the Khalifa flower. They're both to blame. Seiya suggested the courtyard wasn't a good place to rest, so Lolli and I went to his room. Oh, bad choice. Despite him not being there, being in Seiya's room made me want to puke, but I guessed there was nothing to do. This was so Lolli could rest after all.
ほら、眠っておけ。
Okay, thank you. I laid Lolli down and sat beside her. I couldn't believe that Lolli had stayed here for my sake. Maybe we weren't so different. We both risked our lives for the people we cared about.
残ってくれてありがと
I was never good at expressing my gratitude, but this time was different. Or rather, she was different. Lolli smiled and nodded. We're in this together.
う。お前がいてくれたら何とかできそうな気がしてくるよ。
Glad to hear it. Are you gonna sleep too, Minami? That would be the ultimate diss to Seiya. Well, not the ultimate one, but pretty darn bad.
いや、俺はいい。お前の眠りを邪魔しないように起きてるから。
I see. Thank you. Although she thanked me, she seemed upset at my decision.
まさか夢でも俺に会いたかった？
I didn't say that. I'm going to bed. Good night. Her face was red as the sun above. She's simply too cute. Ugh, it's overwhelming. I just want to hold her close to me. Yet no matter how often I told her my feelings for her, she never once said the same words back to me. As she drifted off, I gently touched her lips with my thumb.
好きって言えよ、バー。
No. Murmuring that, I softly kissed her. Woo! After a bit of rest, I noticed Minami had taken to the sofa, seemingly lost in thought as he gazed out the window. Clearly, he wasn't feeling well. You don't need to force yourself to stay here.
お前が眠ってる間は見張ってないと、聖夜が何するかわからないだろ。それにさ、木のそばじゃないからあんまり辛くないんだよね。
He's clearly pushing himself. He's trying to act tough so I don't worry about him, but he was worried about losing his identity as a demon. Though his aversion to the Khalifa tree betrayed his true identity.
お前は大丈夫なの？
Yes, I feel a lot better now. Almost like I'm back to normal.
ならいい。少し寝る。疲れた。
Minami soon closed his eyes and began gently snoring. He looked so content. His face, so calm and devoid of any malice, drew my gaze. Come to think of it, this is the first time I've ever seen him sleep. Usually it's him watching over me. So quiet compared to his usual self, so serene. My thoughts drifted back to the Kisaragi station. and how he put himself in danger for my sake.
やばいなって思ったのは、お前が俺を聖夜から守ろうと眠ってまで知らせようとしたとき、俺のために何かしてくれようとしたのは、お前だけだったから。
Now, Minami's actions made sense to me. How could I not be moved by that? And what was more, even before all of that, I realized I was beginning to have feelings for him. It seemed Minami's confessions have finally made an impact on me. But what am I supposed to do now? I stared over at him.
俺はお前が好きだから嫌がることはしない。でも、お前は違った。ま、そうだよね。お前は俺を好きじゃないんだからさ。
Reflecting on Minami's past actions, at first I thought they were all fake, but perhaps he really does love me. I cautiously reached out, brushing his bangs. I do care about you, okay? Suddenly, he grabbed my hand.
それって俺のこと？
You were awake?
寝てたけど、お前の言葉で覚醒した。ねえ、今の好きって俺のこと？
Well,
好きって男としてってこと？好きって
Yes, I like you, Minami. I like you.
嬉しい。お前は絶対に俺のこと好きだと思ってた。
So you already knew? I murmured silently to myself.
どうする？何する？
What do you mean by that?
抱きしめ合ったり、キスしたり、お互いにたくさん触れ合ったり。
Ooh! No. I pushed his hand away, shocked by how bold he was.
ち、つまんな。
I'm perfectly happy being boring. I'd only just recognized how I felt about him. I wasn't all that ready for anything physical yet. And then the other voice was like, do it! Get your freak on, girl! And yet, I do want to be close to him. Just go back to sleep. You barely slept at all.
無理。胸がドキドキして眠れない。
Minami rose from the sofa.
てか、寝てる場合じゃないよな。俺のこと解決してもらって、お前を早く返さないと。
Solve my issue in my pain. Just kidding. You're right. First things first, we should probably learn a bit more about demons. Ah, that's right. There are a ton of books about demons in this room. I stood up and made my way to the bookshelf.
なんで離れるの？
I'm looking for something. This room's filled with books on gods and demons. I scanned the spines of the various books. The Birth of a Demon. This title caught my eye, so I grabbed the book and began checking the contents. Among various topics, one chapter on the origins of demons caught my eye. I turned to the page and began to read. Demons were once holy angels, but their lies and rebellion against God cast them from heaven. Upon reaching Earth, these fallen angels fell in love with humans, giving birth to demons.
くったらな。何それ？
Minami had quietly approached, peering over my shoulder at the text. You mean it's not true?
知るわけないだろ。興味もない。てか、お前だってそうじゃないの？人間がどうして生まれたのかわかるわけ？
Well, I guess not exactly. Just then, the door opened and Seiya walked in.
ああ、起きていたのですね。調べ物をなさっていたのですか？
Where are your pants, Minami? Hi, Seiya. Yes, we're looking into the origins of demons.
ああ、その本ですか。それは一説に過ぎません。宗派が違えば、悪魔の捉え方も様々。
He then reached and took out a different book. scanning the pages, he soon reached a certain passage and handed it over to me.
こちらを読んでみてください。
Following his instructions, I began to read. Humans who committed vile acts were summoned by Lucifer to hell, transforming them into demons. My eyes grew wide. That's totally different. So some demons were angels and others were born from humans.
本の内容なんてどれも信憑性はないだろ
Really?
私にも分かりかねます。善悪を人々に理解させるために神が悪魔をお作りになられたという説もあるくらいですから。
With all these different theories, it's hard to know which one is true.
う。そんなの調べても、俺の抱えるものを消す方法なんて書かれてない。
Well, maybe not directly, but I figured it could at least point us in the right direction. Hearing that, Minami walked to a nearby shelf and pulled out another book.
ヒントなんてないと思うけど。お前のことは信じてるし、俺のために何かするお前が好きだし。
It was a very Minami-like response, and I couldn't help but chuckle. I think this might be the first time our goals are actually aligned.
詳しいことは分かりませんが、一つ頭に入れておいてほしいことがあります。
Seiya's earnest tone caused my ears to perk up, and I turned to face him.
大事なのはあなたが何を信じるかです。本に書かれていることが真実か否かなど重要ではありません。
I couldn't quite grasp what he was getting at. But when you talk about belief, if what someone believes isn't true, doesn't it all fall apart? He shook his head, his faith unwavering.
信じる力は何よりも強い。私はそれこそが真理だと思っています。
His expression turned sad as he averted his gaze.
エクソシストであった私は何よりも今もその愚かさを恥じています。エクソシストであった私は何よりも神を信仰した。けれど己を信じなかった。今もその愚かさを恥じています。
With that, he let out a small sigh. Then he turned back to us and offered a reassuring smile.
きっとそこに答えがあるはずです。
Cause you gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. You gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. Baby! Then he left the room in silence. Seiya? Foolish? Despite his composed demeanor, it was surprising to see him appear so distressed.
ああ、地獄に落ちた人間なんだから愚かなんでしょ。
Oh, dang, that's rude. Good thing you said that to me and not to him.
ま、服役した後に反省の意を込めて HO に就職したんじゃない？頭悪すぎだよね。さっさと成仏して転生でもすればいいのにさ。
Can someone from hell cross over?
重罪じゃなければ服役後に釈放されるからしようと思えばできるでしょ。
Now that I think about it. When I met Reika at the station, she said she was returning to the mortal realm after serving her time in hell. Minami sure knows a lot about hell. Well, he does live here after all. I guess it makes sense he'd pick up some of this stuff. Speaking of which, you seem to know Seiya pretty well. How did you know he was an exorcist?
だってあいつが聖者だった時に会ってるから。
Really? I'd always assumed they met after Seiya had died. When you say you met him, was he trying to exorcise you? Minami appeared unhappy to discuss the topic, so I quickly tried to change the subject. Oh, actually, never mind. I spy on him and read his diary.
はあ、別にいい。お前に隠すことなんてないし。
I was his lover.
あいつはさ、俺が人間に悪夢見せてたから依頼されて払いに来たんだよ。
Minami shivered and punched the bookshelf as hard as he could. Hey! The impact caused the bookshelf to tremble, dislodging several books.
払うほどのものではありません。いたずらくらいしかできない小物なので。って。
Oh, he was offended. I see, I see. Well, just saying the words made him quiver with rage. It was clear he was still very upset about it. Guess this is a sensitive topic for him. I was at a total loss of what to say to him. Huh, wow. I had no idea you guys had such a history together.
付き合いなんて言うな。寒気がする。
Minami shuddered dramatically. I'd started out looking into the origins of demons and instead uncovered the origins of Minami and Seiya's rivalry. That explains a lot about their relationship.
くそ。イライラする。何が信じる力は何よりも強いだ。そんなのバカを見るだけだってのに。
Really? I found it rather profound.
は？なんで？
Because na 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 na. It's like us. It's like us. It reminds me of us. He cocked his head, looking at me skeptically. Remember what happened at Kisaragi Station? I dropped the gun because I had faith in you. I believed that you'd protect me, that you loved me. I had faith that you wouldn't hurt me. Minami's cheeks tinted with color as he averted his gaze, muttering under his breath.
本気で切りつけられてたろ？
But you didn't, right? I trusted you completely. So my faith in you won't waver, no matter what. I believe our faith in each other is our greatest strength.
ああ、くそ。聖夜の言葉否定できないじゃん。
Seeing Minami's frustration made me chuckle. Let's get back to the book.
読書って嫌いなんだよね。超退屈なんだもん。
Really? I find it fascinating, though technical stuff can make me sleepy. First things first, we should probably pick up the books that fell.
ああ、だるい。聖夜がイライラさせたせいなんだけど。
Actually, it's your fault. We started gathering the scattered books when I noticed an unusual title. What's this? How to Enter Dreams? This book stood out among the other various topics.
うさんくさい。何その本。
It's not the type of book I'd picture Seiya having. Curious, I began flipping through it. It says with dream power, you can enter someone else's dream. Is that true, Minami?
当たり前じゃん。それなくしてどうやって入るんだよ。
Maybe there was some truth in this book after all. Let's see. It says here you need to fall asleep at the same time as the target. That sounds pretty tough.
んなことしなくても入れるっつうの。
That's easy for you to say. You're an incubus. Next, the book said to visualize the person strongly before sleeping. That doesn't seem too hard, but falling asleep at the same time sounds tough. Besides, I thought only succubi and incubi could enter someone else's dream.
てか、人間の夢っておかしくてさ、リアルでは温厚で通ってるやつが夢ではえげつない行動をしてたり、夢ってのは願望出まくるからな。何回か盗み見るだけでその人間の本質知れてウケるよ。
I don't think that's true. I had a weird dream. And I don't think it. I don't know. I guess it depends. I do feel a certain way about dreams. Some dreams are premonitions. Some dreams are multivalent, as in you're trying to sort out something in your waking life, and your dream kind of helps you with like processing power, right? And then sometimes I think the dream is just a dream. So, and sometimes a dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. Or something. Must be nice to be the one that gets to watch someone else's dream.
覗こうと思えば俺のでも覗けるだろう。その本の通りすればいいんじゃないの？俺の夢、覗いてみる？ 夢見の力なら一時的に与えてやれるし。
It's just pervy dreams. He spoke with a mischievous smile, making me wary of his intentions. No, that... Wait a second. Is that glass wall in your dreams too, Minami?
そりゃあるよ。あれは誰にでも存在するものだからな。いや、あるっていう表現はおかしいか。
Minami's cocked his head, and I grabbed onto his shoulders. Tell me more about that. Maybe if I'm able to understand it. Maybe I could remove the soul that's trapped inside of you.
え、あの壁が？
Before he could say any more, I quickly told him what I was thinking. That glass wall, if broken, allows one to reach places within a person that you can't normally reach, right?
そうだけど、それが何？あれが割れてもあるのは魂だけ。
Minami gasped.
魂に触れられる？
Exactly. That means if I can enter your dream, Minami, I might be able to confront that man's soul and...
ダメだ。
His voice, though hushed, was serious enough to stop me.
絶対にやめろ。今のは忘れるんだ。
But why? It seems like it might work. Minami remained silent, refusing to explain.
やっぱりここって空気悪すぎ。
He then left the room abruptly. Yeah, what's happening, Minami?
はいよ、期間限定パフェ。
Parfait time! Parfait time, everybody! Just keep segueing to parfait time. All right, I get it. I want a parfait. Ugh, I want a parfait right now. I don't have parfait. Do what? No, I don't have parfait stuff. Do I? I have yogurt. I have granola. I have fruit. Do I have fruit? I have fruit. It's so much better here being away from that disgusting tree. And now, I've got my favorite parfait to look forward to.
あいつ余計な方法を思いつきやがって。
I twirled my spoon to mix the parfait and took a bite.
うまー。
This was definitely the best way to enjoy it.
なあ、あんた、試作品あるんだが食ってかねえか？
ああ、なんで俺が？
お代はなんとタダだ。
いる。
助かるよ。そんじゃ持ってくるぜ。試作品だからまずくても怒るなよ。試しに作ってみたもんだからさ。
It's got trace amounts of cocaine. You'll get free stuff. He's like, I'm sold. I'm in. An experiment, huh? What Lolli was planning could have an irreversible outcome. Honestly, I was worried she'd try and do it anyway.
たくあいつくらいだぞ。俺を怖がらせるなんて。
With Seiya by her side, my fear only grew. She might actually go through with it. Maybe I should talk to Seiya. If Lolli talks to him about it, perhaps he could talk her out of it. What? Me? Asking him for a favor? Me? No, 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 no.
お待ちだ。試作品の特別パフェだ。
ああ、はいはい。なにこれまずい。死ねえ。
It's just got bug guts in it. Sorry. Welcome to hell. After Minami left, I continued to read the book about entering dreams, making notes of things I thought were important. Minami told me to forget it, but I was willing to try anything if there was a chance to save us both. Timon and Pumbaa intensify, yeah. Hakuna Matata. However, I knew that if I talked to Minami about it, he wouldn't listen. So I took the notes I'd written down and went to Seiya. I figured he would at least give me an honest opinion. There he is. Just as I was about to call out to him, I was startled to see who was standing next to him.
判断は任せるけど、わかるよ
まあ、お前の言う通りにしましょう。私とて避けたいですから。
Despite their history, the two seem to be getting along quite well. What's going on? Taking a look around, I soon realized that I was eavesdropping. As I watched, wondering what to do next, Minami turned and left. Seeing that, I emerged and approached Seiya. Hello, Seiya. Do you have a moment to talk right now?
ああ、はい。どうしたのですか？
I wanted to talk to you about...
言わなくても分かっています。
What?
精神的に参っているのでしょ。
He's completely off. Why would he think that?
以前、急に叫び出した時がありましたね。
Oh, yes, I suppose I did. I'd totally forgotten about that. I remembered yelling at my other self in front of Seiya. I never explained what happened then, and Seiya didn't ask. I wonder if he's been worried about me this whole time. Speaking of which, I hadn't heard from the voice since Kisaragi Station.
聞きたくない声が聞こえているのではないですか？
How did you know?
少々言いづらいのですが、あなたのような症状をここで見た覚えがありましてね。
Here? Could someone else be experiencing this? I can't hear the voice now, so I guess it kind of comes and goes.
よろしければ詳しく教えていただけないでしょうか？どのような声だったのか。
Okay, sure, but... what kind of voice was it? I was so focused on the tone of the voice, I didn't think about much else. Actually, I wasn't even sure I was able to notice much else. At first, it sounded like me, but its speech and demeanor were different. Calmly thinking about it, that voice was... I think it resembled Minami. Seiya's expression turned stern, and I hurriedly rushed to provide more detail. Oh, but I think it's because Minami was always on my mind. That's why. They were words meant to defend him, but as I spoke, they started making sense to me. To me, Minami was a burden. I was desperate to understand him.
南を求める心があなたの中に声を生んだというわけですね。
Yes, the voice was guiding me, offering me advice on how to return to the mortal realm.
なるほど。それほどまでにあなたは極限状態にいたと。
Maybe, given that I only heard the voice when I was in trouble. But I think I'm okay now. I'd gotten rid of my burden, which was why the voice had faded away. Seiya took my hand.
念のため祈りましょう。二度とその声が聞こえてこないように。
He bowed his head, murmuring prayers for me.
闇に打ち勝つ強さをもたらしたまえ。この者の魂が救われますように。
Very loaded statement. After his prayer, he leaned in for a purification kiss. I'll just take the prayer, thanks.
南のためですか？
I responded with a half smile. He can be a challenge when he pouts. Seeing my response, worry shadowed Seiya's expression.
はあ、あなたの心はすでに闇に囚われているようですね。
I guess he meant Minami by darkness. In Seiya's eyes, Minami, a demon, was the epitome of darkness, and their history together had naturally led him to that conclusion. Darkness. Minami from Seiya's point of view, because he's a devil, it's understandable he says that, but I saw things differently. For me, he's neither dark nor light. Confusion crossed Seiya's face. To me, he's just Minami. That's all.
だからあくまでも関係ないと。
Right. I know. I'm sorry. It's hard to explain in words.
そうですか。まあ、恋とはそういうものですからね。
Hearing you say it like that, it's a little... I felt my cheeks burning. But the words were classic Seiya.
一つ心に留めておきなさい。 あなたが帰るべき時が来たら、それは別れなのだと。
This warning tightened my chest. I already knew that was the case, yet my heart struggled to accept it. I felt as though what I wanted was being sliced in two. The desire to return home and the desire to stay with Minami. On the scales of my heart, both seemed to be equally weighted. It was a sign of just how deep my feelings for Minami had become.
南が相手ですから、恋愛相談はお断りしますが、声に関して何かあれば言ってください。気休めにしかなりませんが、何度でもあなたのために祈りましょう。
I understand. Thank you.
それでは仕事がありますので、これで失礼します。
I watched Seiya leave and gasped. I forgot to ask him about the dream. I wanted to follow him, but didn't want to further get in the way of his work. Feeling deflated, I simply walked away. After leaving, I found myself sitting on a bench in the hallway, sighing deeply. If I had all the items needed to enter into someone's dream, I'd like to try it on someone.
何そのため息。具合悪いの？
Ah, when did you get here?
いるに決まってんだろ。お前のそばから離れるわけないし。
He sat down beside me. I wanted to bring up what we were talking about before, but I knew it would only sour his mood. Knowing that, I simply couldn't bring myself to bring it up to him. Did you go somewhere?
町まで行ってパフェ食べてきただけ。あ、そうだ、聞いてよ。試作品を出されたんだけどさ、それが超まずくて。
But you can't complain, right? It was free! The minute he brought up food, I felt hungry. Oh, Seiya warned me that feeling hungry was a very dangerous sign. In the past, seeing Minami enjoy a parfait made me envious, but this was the first time I'd actually felt hungry. Back then, I craved a parfait, but now I want to eat something. I don't care what.
ねえ、聞いてんの？おいってば。
Sorry. I guess I was lost in thought.
それなら休みに行こう。眠った方がいいから。
Yes, that sounds good. Otherwise, I'd just keep thinking about how hungry I was. I'm home!
おかえりなさい。もうご飯できているから早く食べてしまいましょう。
Oh, yay! I haven't eaten all day. I'm so hungry. Let's eat. This is delicious.
たくさん食べてね。
Mom, is there no more food? I'm still not full.
ごめんなさい。もう材料何もないのよ。
What do you mean? Look, there's a big chunk of meat right there. You just need to slice you up. Delicious, mother. Oh boy. Oh, now I killed my mother in this playthrough. Ah, that's how it ends. Oh boy. Well. Cliffhanger. My. All right. Well. Look at this chapter. Ah! All right. This is our stopping point. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me while I got closer to the ending. We're not there yet, but hopefully, not hopefully, we'll finish next week. Yeah. Next week. I have some things in store for next week. I will finish up my schedule for next week and everything. But yeah. Yay. But thank you so much. Appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. My next stream is tomorrow on Iriam. We'll be doing Study Buddies lunch, so I'll hope to see you then. All right. Thank you. Night, night. Night, night. Thanks so much, y'all. Okay. Bye-bye.